Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Thursday edition of the program.
Does anybody mind if I turn on my radio?
No, I don't mind. You could turn your radio on any time that you would like.
It's fine being artistic, just not on this show.
Okay, well, you can be as artistic as you like, and you can actually be artistic on this show.
Remember, the show is free.
Okay, well, yes, the show is definitely free. I agree with you there. It's always free.
Hello, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Season greetings and best wishes for a joyous holiday.
Little something to get you in the mood this morning. One of Bonnie's favorites.
That really gets you in motion.
Yeah, it's one of your favorites.
I love Mannheim Steamroller.
Pulled this out of my hat this morning.
Oh, yeah. You know, I would like to put the earbuds on Saturday morning and rock and roll and go run to this.
Oh, man.
I mean, I could get going at a really good pace to this music.
Mm-hmm.
And
some good stuff here.
It would be so cool, you know, running around the neighborhood and seeing all of the Christmas lights that are up. And there are some lights when I'm up at 6 a.m. running. Those lights are still on from overnight. It's beautiful.
We're going to be playing Mannheim Steamroller all morning long just for Bonnie. Since it's Bonnie's favorite, it's a Mannheim Steamroller Thursday morning. So you're going to get Mannheim Steamroller every hour today. How about that, Bonnie?
Oh, that sounds terrific,
right,
Evan.
this one's called Deck the Halls.
Yeah. I think this one kicks off the start of one of their Christmas albums, as I recall.
Yeah.
Of course, I've got those CDs up in the attic.
CDs?
Yeah, we put away
Are you in the Neanderthal age or what?
No.
Who uses CDs anymore?
My better half won't allow it. So all of my CDs and my stereo is up in the attic. And I guess I'll have to ask Alexa to play some Mannheim Steamroller.
What kind of stereo do you have? Do you have like a Sound Design? Remember that brand, Sound Design?
Yeah. You know, I bought it at the B&A flea market some years ago.
Does it have an 8-track player?
No, it has one of those rotating CD players where there are like 5 different CDs.
It's like what used to be in here that was broken forever and we finally got rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a carousel.
A carousel of CDs, you're correct. With a nice
load 5 or 6 of them in there.
FM stereo on it, a turntable for playing old records.
Oh, do you have records?
Yes, I do. I haven't collected albums in a while, but for a while I was on a buying an album kick because I like the artwork in the albums and the illustrations. And I really love it when they talk about how they made the music and, the songs.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I loved the jacket sleeves where it had all the lyrics to the song.
Okay.
Of course, that was before internet and computers, and
True.
Nowadays we can just look up any song lyrics that we want.
True.
But back in the day you couldn't, and I just always liked the inside of the album with all the lyrics written down.
We have a visitor in studio.
We do.
Listen in.
Hey, look, it's here, it's here.
Hey, girls, what have we got here?
It's our very own elf. Do you see him? Where could he be?
He's made it to our palatial studios, Bonnie.
Yeah.
The elf on the shelf has arrived.
But where is the elf? Is he somewhere in here hiding?
He's in the box.
Oh, I thought maybe he would be.
No, I'm going to take him out for you. I'm going to take him out for you so you can see him.
Okay.
The Elf on the Shelf is a fun-filled Christmas tradition that has captured the hearts of children everywhere.
Magically.
Who welcome home one of Santa's scout elves every holiday season. Now, Bonnie, the magical scout elves help Santa manage his nice list by taking note of a family's Christmas adventures and reporting back to Santa at the North Pole every single evening.
So he's a little spy for Santa.
Yes, he is. Now, each morning, the scout elf returns to its family and perches in a brand new spot in the home, waiting for someone to spot them. Children love to wake up and race around the house looking for the scout elf.
That is a really neat concept.
So I'm going to grab the box here.
So this elf is not so scary. Like
No.
I've seen some elves in some of the pictures, and they look kind of devious looking.
No, not at all. Okay, so this is our elf. Okay, I'm going to take him out of the box. All right.
He's not very big, is he?
No, this is our elf.
How come he's so skinny? I mean, Santa Claus is so chubby and fat.
Okay, well,
and this poor elf that he sends looks like he hasn't gotten a bite to eat in months.
No, that's just the way he is. Now, his name, is Swagga.
Okay.
He was named.
I was going to ask
you. Because there's
you
a process.
if we call him elf.
No, what you do is first you locate an adoption center where you adopt the elf. Okay, and then after you adopt the elf, you choose your elf scout. You have to find the place and then you adopt an elf. Now, the elf comes in different races and different ethnic backgrounds. So there's African American elves. There's all different types of elves. And then you open up and you read the storybook. Okay, and that's what we're going to do this morning. Okay, we're going to read this little storybook on the air about the elf. It says, have you ever wondered how Santa could know if you're naughty or nice each year as you grow? For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret. It now can be shared if you promise to keep it. Okay. At holiday time, Santa sends me to you. I watch and report on all that you do. My job's an assignment from Santa himself. I am his helper, a friendly scout elf.
I wonder how that elf, what kind of education he went through to become this scout for Santa.
Okay. The first time I come to the place you call home, you quickly must give me a name of my own. Once you're finished, my mission can start. What will you call me, Markle or Zart? Will it be Foddle, Criddle, or Clyde? Fizby's cute too, but you must decide.
And this dude's name is Scottle.
This is Swagger.
Swagger. Did you name him, or did Gavin?
Gavin did.
Name him Swagger.
Right. Each night while you're sleeping, to Santa I'll fly to the North Pole right through the dark sky. Of course, Christmas magic helps me to be quick. I laugh with my friends and report to Saint Nick.
Very magically he does.
I tell him if you have been good or bad. The news of the day makes him happy or sad. A push or a shove, I'll report to the boss, but small acts of kindness will not be a loss.
Like if somebody goes and pushes him off the shelf right there where he's sitting.
Exactly. I'll be back at your home before you awake, and then you must find the new spot I will take. You'll jump out of the bed and come running to see me, or come running to see who'll be the first to spy little old me.
What if the dog spots him first and all of a sudden he's in the jaws of Kaya?
Not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, or den is where you will find me, your special elf friend. I can hide on a plant, a shelf, or a frame where I will be. let it be a game.
Uh-huh.
There's only one rule that you have to follow, so I will come back and be here tomorrow. Please do not touch me. My magic might go, and Santa won't hear all I've seen or I know. So that's another thing. You cannot touch the elf, because if you're a child and you touch the elf, it'll lose its magical powers. Okay, I won't get to tell him that you've said your prayers or helped to bake cookies or cleaned off the stairs. How will he know how good you've been? He might start to think you forgot about him. I can't speak to you, so says Santa Claus. All of us elves have to follow his laws. I'll listen to you. Tell me your wishes. Would you like a game or some tiny toy dishes?
I thought he said, or would you like me to wash your mom's dishes?
No.
We do something nice for mom.
The gleam in my eye and my bright little smile shows you I'm listening and not your file. The final decision was Santa now rests. What do you think? Will you get your request? The night before Christmas, my job's at an end. The rest of the year with Santa I'll spend. So blow me a kiss and bid me farewell. I'll fly away when I hear Santa's bell. Of course, I will miss you, but wait till next year. When the holidays come, I'll reappear again. Until then, I wish every boy and girl a Christmas of peace and a year full of joy. Now, the tradition began for Gavin on November 29th, 2013. He was 10 years old. We welcomed our elf by choosing the name Swagga. So see how Gavin filled that out by himself?
Oh, yeah.
That's when we got him his Elf on the Shelf.
Now, I think this actually started in 2005 when Elf on the Shelf came out. No?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Not really sure. Let me see if there's another page here.
And then it became very popular.
Right. And then you have to register his name. There's a registry you go
registration
to. Yes,
even.
you go to elfontheshelf.com and you register your elf. So here's Swagga. So here's what we're going to do.
Is that how Santa keeps track of all of his employees?
Yes.
by registering?
Yep. So we're gonna put him right there. Okay. And that's where he's going to stay.
Okay, but we're not supposed to touch. Hopefully he doesn't fall down, because I guess we're not supposed to touch him.
No, so you don't touch him.
But what if he falls on the board, Evan?
Well, I mean, he won't. He won't fall on the board. I promise you.
Is that going to kind of freak you out a little bit when he's just kind of like peering and staring at you while you're broadcasting?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not in the least
Just
bit.
Don't have him look over this way at me. Actually, this elf is not too scary.
Go. There. Now he's going to stare at you. Okay.
That's a little bit creepy to me.
He's watching you.
It's creepy, and
he's going to watch you this morning.
It's even more creepy that he needs some meat on his bones.
Okay.
Like if he came from the North Pole where Santa is,
right?
Don't you think he should have some fuzziness in that belly, some meat on his bones to keep him warmer?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know,
he looks too skinny. He looks like a skinny, kind of scary, sort of devious looking elf.
He's going to watch you this morning. He wants to make sure you're a good little girl.
Okay.
And then he's going to report back to Santa.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Swagga. So Bonnie meets Swagga. Swagga meet Bonnie.
And where did Gavin get the idea for the name?
I don't know. I honestly, Gavin just, he named the elf.
Yep. Does the book come with all kinds of names to give that you have to choose from?
You name your own elf.
All right.
Now, Swagga also, can get very mischief. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He can get very mischief. You can find him entangled in the actual Christmas tree one morning when you wake up.
Oh, wow.
He could be hanging from a ceiling fan.
Yep.
It just depends. The elf he likes to get mischievous.
Do you think he'll spring like on my news page when I'm trying to do my news?
No. He won't
kind
move.
Of leap right over here.
You never know. He could be tomorrow when you come in. He could be sitting on your microphone. Okay.
That's spooky.
Anything is possible.
I'm glad that you come in first in the morning, because if I have to come in by myself and see that.
The only thing I have to get Swagga is I've got to get him a little mask, because, he has to, since he's not 6 feet away from me, I have to make sure he's properly, taken care of.
Yeah, we can't send him back to the North Pole with COVID because
can't do that.
Santa could get sick and he has to ride his sleigh and coming up in just a few weeks.
Exactly.
Go all over the world.
Exactly. So that's the story of the Elf on the Shelf, Bonnie. Now you know.
Neat. I think it's like so magical.
It really is.
That magical
Little
time.
kids really love that. They really, truly do.
Yeah. I like
and I'm still a big kid.
I think I like the Christmas movie Elf that comes out every year. I think Elf would be like one of my favorite movies.
He's just staring at you. I think he likes you. He is staring you down.
Oh, and I like Hermie, that elf from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Hermie the dentist.
Yes.
Of course, Hermie is in a different occupation than this elf is, as he is a spy for Santa Claus. I don't think I trust you, little elf.
Well,
little elf on the shelf. I'm waving my. I'm not
sure. First you talk to a cat, and now you talk to an elf. Anything is possible. It's magical.
Yes.
It is 6:21 on the Get Up and Go show. It's the Elf on the Shelf Thursday edition. And here's Bonnie with the news.
Thanks, Evan. Gabrielle Sterling, the Georgia voting system implementation manager who works under the state's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, said he had enough of the threats directed toward officials. On Tuesday, Sterling said that officials working to count the ballots in Georgia have been receiving threats. The threats come as President Donald Trump continues making baseless allegations about the legitimacy of last month's presidential election, which he lost to President-elect Joe Biden. Georgia is in the process of completing a second recount of ballots there. After doing an initial canvass, the state conducted a hand recount of ballots. Sterling said that the hand recount should have alleviated any concern that machines altered the results of the election. Sterling said that Trump has the right to contest the election in court, but added, you need to step up and say this is stop inspiring people to commit potential acts of violence. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get shot. Someone's going to get killed. And it's not right. Sterling, who said that he and Raffensperger have been the target of violent threats, said that his wife has been receiving threats of sexual violence. Sterling said that smaller, more rural counties are completing their recounts first, which he said could give the appearance that Trump is in the lead. But when larger counties return their recount figures, Sterling said he expects that Biden's win in the state will again be confirmed. President-elect Joe Biden's proposal to forgive $10,000 of federal student debt as COVID relief could erase loan balances for 15 million borrowers and reduce balances for millions more, according to federal data. Broad student loan forgiveness could affect 45.3 million borrowers with federal student loan debt who owe a total of $1.54 trillion to the government, wiping out $10,000 each, as Biden calls for, would result in up to $429 billion canceled. Seth Frotman, executive director of the Student Borrower Protection Center, says removing the student loans albatross around their financial lives could mean the difference for consumers who aspire to buy a house, save for retirement, or start a business. Student loan borrowers across the spectrum, old, young, urban, rural, high balance, low balance, black, white, are hurting with their student loans. And that was before COVID even hit, Frotman says. A North Palm Beach boat captain reunited Wednesday with a man he found in a raft stranding at sea off the coast of Georgia late last month. Here's WPTV's Lenny Supal.
I would love to hear from
a brief encounter that left a lasting impression.
There's a person who made it to Thanksgiving.
Captain Robert Bream still moved about a recent rescue when he and his crew saved a South Carolina boater who was lost at sea. 2 weeks later, the two are reconnecting.
I really didn't think I was going to make it. Words are inadequate to tell you how much I appreciate it.
I have to hand it to my crew. They really clicked and got it together.
Paul Traylor was stranded off the Georgia coast 1 week before Thanksgiving.
It was just, a nightmare of epic proportions. I got flipped out of the raft several times during the night.
He was on board his shrimp boat with his mate when it capsized.
They had a lot of frost warnings out. It was rough conditions, dark night.
Traylor lost his mate at sea as the bitter cold and fierce wind intensified.
To fail him at this last greatest test is something I'm definitely dealing with every day. I blame myself a lot.
For 30 long hours, Traylor clinged onto his raft with a bit of hope. Then he spotted Captain Bream's sailboat in the horizon.
I like a dream. I couldn't believe I was actually seeing your boat, you know? I didn't know I could get that cold and still be alive.
The crew pulled trailer on board as the Coast Guard airlifted him to the hospital. Though the emotional toil weighs heavy, he's grateful.
I really would like to remain friends with you and know you for the rest of my life. It's rough out there, man. It's rough out there.
Lenny Sue Paul, WPTV News, Channel 5.
And lastly, someone in West Palm Beach is waking up richer this morning. They won a $95,074,052 lottery jackpot on Wednesday. The winning numbers are, they won a $95,752 winner on jackpot on Wednesday. That is 94,000, right? Evan, you are a little bit better at math than me. Let me see that. It's way down there at the bottom.
95. Just they won a $95,000 plus lottery jackpot.
Thank you.
Make it easy.
$95,000 plus lottery jackpot. And the winning numbers are 6, 8, 26, 29, and 30. The ticket was sold at President Supermarket on Forest Hill Boulevard. Another winning ticket was sold at a Publix in Kissimmee. A ticket worth $1.5 million remains unclaimed, sold in August at a gas station in Pompano Beach. Mike Tomlin's assessment of the Pittsburgh Steelers' performance in the Wednesday matinee win against the Baltimore Ravens was blunt. It was really junior varsity, to be quite honest with you, Tomlin said after the Steelers' 19-14 victory. It was in all three phases. We couldn't run the ball effectively when we needed to. We dropped too many significant passes, very catchable, makeable passes. We didn't make significant plays in the special teams game. Our kickoff coverage unit wasn't good enough. We turned the ball over. We gave up big plays in critical moments on defense. Can't have that. Still, Pittsburgh is undefeated for the season. Our news time is 6:27. Weather and traffic together next.
$6:28, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, we're not seeing anything happening traffic-wise on this Thursday morning. So if you're driving out on the roads, traffic is looking pretty good for you this morning. And there's your latest look at traffic. And it is 60 degrees in Stuart. Also, it's 32 with a clear sky in Waukegan, Illinois. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. It is another chilly start to the morning along the Treasure Coast, but not as cool as yesterday morning. Temperatures this morning starting off in the upper 40s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a nice cool day on tap, highs reaching the mid-70s, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Tonight, lows around 62 degrees and staying mainly dry into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, lows in the low 60s and highs reaching the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Saturday will be a little bit warmer and more humid. Highs reaching the upper 70s. Isolated showers and storms will be possible.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Let's begin.
Well, good morning, sunshine.
You're here bright and early.
It's not so bright, but
It's like
really early.
So early in the morning
that I can't even think straight.
Luckily, I have hilarious jokes.
That's way too early for jokes.
Too early for jokes, huh? It's good to know.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Let's start the show.
Oh, the show started about 30 minutes ago, so I don't know where the heck you've been.
Yeah, the party's been started
The
already.
party's been started, so go back to where you came from.
Right.
Want to welcome our new friend, Swagga, the elf on the shelf, is in studio, and he's always going to be on camera. And he is looking directly into the camera now, Bonnie.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Look, it looks like
Do you feel better now?
It looks like he's wedged right in there with me. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit, that makes it even the more creepier.
He's wedged in there. Looks like he's got a wedgie. I don't know. It's got to be uncomfortable sitting on that thing.
Yeah, we were just talking about hard seats and stuff to sit on yesterday, like cushionless bicycle seats
Right.
and sitting on hard floors. And
Right.
then here we put this poor little skinny elf up on this little wire on your
I don't think
microphone wire
I don't
today.
think he's skinny. I mean, then again, I wouldn't want him to be obese.
He looks a little underfed to me.
Oh, he looks fine to me.
He could use a few pounds.
He stayed in a box for 11 months. So,
Yeah.
he went away for 11 months. So he's been hibernating and sleeping for 11 months.
Did he come in the Amazon truck?
Nope, didn't come in the Amazon truck.
No, you got him.
We adopted him from the official Elf on the Shelf Adoption Center.
Wow.
That's where he got adopted from.
And so was it delivered through the U.S. Parcel Service when you got him?
I don't know how he got here. He just
Yeah.
magically showed up, Bonnie.
He magically
It's
arrives.
magic. I can't tell you
Yeah.
all this stuff because I don't know. He just does this thing. And, going forward, if I touch him anymore, he's going to lose his magical powers.
But he's going to tell Santa if we,
we're good or bad.
if we be kind of mean or evil to him.
Yep.
And I think he's going to go tell Santa Claus that you ate that McRib sandwich yesterday.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a few moments.
We don't know if that was good or bad.
It was actually really super good. We'll touch on that in a moment. But first, let's do the one and only viral video that I have. Okay, so this one is kind of a little creepy. All right. A mom in Britain heard inappropriate sounds coming from the kids' toy room. So she went inside to investigate. And what she found was an Elsa doll from the movie Frozen having an X-rated malfunction. Yes.
What?
An X-rated. This is no joke.
A child's doll?
Listen. That is an Elsa doll having a malfunction.
And that wasn't intentionally
No.
put into the doll. It
No.
was
It was having a malfunction.
just like a freak thing.
Its
And
eyes were rolling,
Yeah.
moving side to side. And apparently what happened, because the batteries were running low. So because the batteries were running low, it couldn't complete all of its sentences.
yeah,
So it just kind of mumble jumbled a bunch of stuff and started rolling its eyes.
that's creepy right there. That's like,
Yeah.
that's most disturbing, especially if you have like a little girl and that doll is doing that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Right away, my mind would be going, there's something intentional that happened at the company for them to do this.
Yeah.
And I would be on fire about it.
Something is not right.
We had one of those dolls in the past, Evan, Gary and I, when we lived at our old house.
Mhm.
And we had a doll, or it was Topanga's doll, but it had been out in the garage at first.
Okay.
And we woke up to the sounds of this doll just like saying weird things over
Really?
and over again.
It was obsessed.
It was, yeah, and we couldn't even turn off the doll. It was like there was some kind of a demon in the doll. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? And I would try to turn it off. I would try to, squeeze its belly, do anything with the mechanics that I could to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
And, it wouldn't shut up. And so then Gary gets up and, opens the door and just throws it in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then we could hear it. We could even hear it coming through our window in the backyard.
Wow.
It was creepy at the time.
We have a phone call this morning. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to this morning?
Oh, it's your pain in the butt guy that always calls.
Yes, sir. It's the post-birthday boy who turned 60-something years old.
Oh, 66. 2 sixes in a row.
6, double 6, buddy. Hey, so do you have kids, by the way? I meant to ask you.
Do I have kids?
Yeah, do you have kids? I'm sorry?
Yeah, yes, they are. One's a commander in the Navy, one runs a big pool company in Arizona, and the other one is I call her a hitman for an employment agency. She goes out and gets people to do jobs.
Oh, okay.
High-end stuff.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of Elf on the Shelf?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you know all about the magical elf and what its magic powers are and how the elf works, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, see, our elf just made its appearance here this morning for the first time, and it's sitting on my microphone stand.
Yes.
And it's here, and Bonnie thinks it's creepy.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks the elf is creepy.
It's funny because I've seen these Elf on the Shelves and pictures on websites, and they look creepier than this one even does. And I looked at the picture of it on the box, and I said, oh, well, that's kind of cute. But then Evan took it out, and now he's got it propped up, and I don't think this elf is that cute.
It's the face. Look at the face. Look how close to the face. It's like you don't even, it's not like it's a happy face. It's sort of like an intense face.
Yeah, Evan, turn that elf's face here back at me.
Oh, you want to see the face again? All right, here, Bonnie, there. The elf is looking at you
sort
again.
of different. It's something about it. I mean,
See, that's not creepy. Is it, Bonnie?
No. Well, yeah, he has the look on his face like he ate the cookies that he shouldn't have eaten. He has a guilty look on it.
Yeah.
You're right. And do that laugh again, Jeff. That it's yeah.
Yeah, put Jeff's laugh with my wife's laugh, and boy, that'd really be freaky.
It would blend together.
Unreal.
Oh man!
But this elf does look devious and looks like he ate the cookies that he should never have eaten.
He's going to be sitting
like
there.
A guilty
he's
look.
going to be sitting on my mic stand all the way through Christmas Eve. He's not going anywhere.
Okay, but you were talking about dolls and factories and stuff like that.
Right.
Getting stuff like that. I had an instance like that one time too. It took me a half hour to blow the doll up.
Okay.
But,
okay. Okay. We're not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, a blow-up doll that you take into the pool, right? Like using as an inner tube.
It's a float.
A floatable.
It's a floatable doll. Yeah. It's a floatable
like
doll.
One that you can go swimming with.
Yes, you go swimming with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took a half hour to inflate the doll? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know it had a hole in it, but you think that they would check that before actually it was a big pool implement that like one of those oversized swans the yellow ones.
Oh, that's crazy because we have one of those at our house. We have a huge swan at our house.
Yep.
In our
Did you
pool.
blow that up?
Yeah.
No, are you kidding? Man, I wouldn't be here if I did that. No, absolutely not. I have an electric. We used an electric pump. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on camera here,
and
I'll show Bonnie what it looks like.
We had a blow up whale in our pool that was huge.
Bonnie, see, you could see part of it there.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell, but yeah, we used an electric pump to blow up our big swan.
They are quite beautiful.
Yeah. Ours is huge. It takes up like half the pool. It's gigantic.
I bet you had to take that swan in during the hurricane, right?
We deflated it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, mine was a big yellow duck.
Oh, wow. I've seen those. Those are pretty cool.
Put that in the pool, got it filled all up, and a teenager, jumped right on it and blew the whole thing out.
Oh, man. That's hateful.
That's what they do.
Did you,
4 minutes of, wow, look how pretty this duck is. Oh, man, it's cool. I just got it all blowed up. Everything's going fine. Hey, what's this?
Did he do a cannonball right onto it?
Right on this daggone thing. It wasn't a boy either, it was a girl.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
Wow. So did you make the teenager get you a new inflatable?
No, I just sort of look like, I give him one of those looks like, are you kidding me? Like, like dumbfounded, sort of like, oh, just shaking my head. Dad, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You killed my duck.
Jeez. So I guess the duck can't go quack quack no more, huh?
No, quacky quack on that duck. I mean, it went pretty quick too. It went pop. Like a big
oh
pop
yeah,
button.
they go quickly. Let me tell you.
Evan, have you ever gotten something before that you just loved and somebody ruined it for you on the first day?
All the time. Constantly.
Nothing like that is really etched in my memory. Of course, like when I first got my SUV, we had Brian Bosio sitting right here, and he said, wow, looks like I got an alert. Somebody, there was a hit and run on a red vehicle right out here in the parking lot. In a
Bonnie
Toyota.
had a heart attack.
I had just gotten the thing.
Oh, no. Was it your car?
It was my car.
It was her car, but he was just playing with her.
He played a prank.
Yeah, he did a funny. He did a funny. So she, of course, believed it. And she was like, oh, no, should I go out and check? Should I go out and look? And, and then we just kind of let it rode for a little bit. And then Brian was like, nah, we're just kidding.
I pulled a not so funny, though, back when I was age 22, working at a radio station in upper Wisconsin. And there was like a big snowfall. And about 5:30 p.m., I was heading out of there. And this really pretty blonde-haired sales lady at our station had just purchased a nice new white vehicle. And I backed up in the snow and ran into it.
Did you really in real life? You did?
Did.
No.
Slid right into that bad boy.
You're kidding.
She didn't run into it. She slid into it.
Wow. I guess you had to pay for the damage.
She was working upstairs and I knew I had to go right in and tell her. And I was so sick about it.
Oh my.
She was.
Bonnie, you're from Wisconsin?
Yes.
She
What's the story about cheese curds?
Cheese curds? Well, you see, the big story is you can't purchase them in a cardboard box and get them frozen from down here. And I'll go as far as to say the ones they serve at Culver's are not even the real deal cheese curds. The cheese curds.
A friend of mine got some yesterday that was shipped down straight from Buffalo, New York, and it was like right, like. Got here the same day. Got 7 o'clock in the morning. Got here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, what you really got to do is you got to go to a state fair up in Wisconsin or some sort of fair that's outside up that way, and get the real deep fried cheese curds. The firefighting department, they had a JC fair up in Wausau, Wisconsin every year, and the firefighters served the best cheese curds in the world, dipped in beer batter.
Now, I've had the ones at Culver's, and they're pretty good, I will say, but they're not true cheese curds, though.
Exactly. I'm not knocking them. I'm just not saying they're bad.
No,
but they're.
And you're a connoisseur when it comes to that because that's in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to knock that. Yeah.
I figured she would know.
And when I'm saying deep fried, the batter on these bad boys, the batter is just so paper thin, but the cheddar cheese on the inside is hot and gooey.
Ooh.
And it just oozes, that hot and gooiness just oozes right there.
I haven't had my first part of my breakfast this morning. You're making me very hungry.
I'm already hungry.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a great day and stay out of trouble.
Hey, we always will, and thanks for calling, man. Thanks for checking in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Jeff, have a nice day.
We appreciate you, Jeff. Thank you so much.
We'll see you later.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Nice guy, isn't he?
6:45. Yeah, he really is. I want to meet him one day in person.
Fun when he calls.
One of these days we'll get to meet him in person. 6:45. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. This time next year, the first homes in the long-awaited, highly anticipated Pineland Prairie Community Development by Knight Kiplinger, the Martin County resident and famed founder of the Kiplinger Retirement Report, are expected to be built. And as early as next month, the project, now going by the name Newfield, could break ground, beginning the first large-scale planned community in Martin County in nearly 40 years, and a project unique to the Treasure Coast. Andrew Michael Gozeminski, A former Fort Pierce Assistant Living Center employee, twice convicted of killing a resident's daughter in 2002, died on Florida's death row awaiting execution, according to state officials. Citing health privacy rules, Florida Department of Corrections officials declined to provide Gozeminski's cause of death, but noted via email that all natural deaths in prison are investigated by the Office of the Inspectors General. Gozeminski, age 67, died November 13 at Union Correctional Institution in Stark, where he was housed for 15 years after being sentenced to death twice in 2005 and following a retrial in 2009. Both times, Gozeminski was convicted of brutally murdering Joan Valla Lohman, age 55, of Danbury, Connecticut, who in September 2002 was visiting her ailing father on South Hutchinson Island in Fort Pierce. Relatives found Lohman on September 24, 2002, in a pool of blood inside her father's Cypress Avenue home. Her father died of poor health a day later. Gozeminski was arrested at his Indian River Shores home in Indian River County about a month after the murder, records show. During both trials, prosecutors said Gozeminski met Lohman through his community outreach job at Lyford Cove, at assisted living facility she selected to care for her father. Gozeminski had targeted Lohman to steal $40,000 worth of jewelry that disappeared after her death, including a 2-carat diamond ring that she has never been recovered, court records show. Florida's chief financial officer is calling for liability protections for businesses during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Jimmy Patronis wants legislation that would protect large and small companies from COVID-19 lawsuits.
We're going to be working with stakeholders this coming legislative session to roll out model legislation to hopefully give those stakeholders peace of mind that they can move forward as long as they're abiding by good science.
Patronis is traveling the state to drum up support, stopping yesterday in the Orlando area. Lee Felty, co-owner of Almond Palm Beach, is getting the restaurant ready for customers. WPTV's Tanya Rogers has the story.
Perfect. Lee Felty, co-owner of Almond Palm Beach, is getting the restaurant ready for customers.
We were making sure everything was just completely sanitized, every surface, extra paper towels in the restroom, extra paper towels outside of the restroom, little kick plates so you wouldn't have to, touch the doorknobs.
Guidelines, he says, are important to follow during the pandemic.
I know friends who have had it. I have friends who lost their battle with it. You don't want to get it. If it means wearing a mask, if it means doing a couple extra steps to protect other people, then I don't see the harm in it.
These pictures show the staff at the JFK Medical Center COVID ICU caring for COVID-19 patients. Dr. Catherine Hodgins says now is not the time for people to get tired of following guidelines in the fight against the virus.
We're going to beat this thing. I mean, we can see the finish line. And we've been running hard this entire time. And to stop now and lose more than what we've already lost.
She says it's like running a marathon.
We're looking at vaccines that are coming out by the end of this year. Some of the vaccines are going to come out by next, the second week of this month. That is the finish line. The masks and the face shields, we've been wearing it the whole time, washing our hands. If we can do it, everyone else can do it. And the end is coming. We're going to get there.
Tanya Rogers, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, Doritos just announced their 3D chips are coming back. If you don't remember them, Doritos 3D were cone-shaped chips that came out in 1998, but they were discontinued just a few years later. The rebooted Doritos 3D are scheduled to hit stores on January 18th. The NBA and the National Basketball Players Association jointly announced Wednesday night that there were 48 positive tests for COVID-19 out of the 546 players tested from November 24 through November 30th. This was the initial round of tests for players as they returned to their teams' markets ahead of the start of individual workouts Tuesday. The regular season is scheduled to start December 22nd. Our news time 6:50 and weather and traffic together next.
6:52 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, the elf on the shelf saying no accidents to report.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a nice year. Elf had a nice ride with you this morning when the traffic is quiet. And it's looking quiet that way now, including US 1 and major highways included. There's your latest look at traffic. And we have 50 degrees in Port St. Lucie. Yeah, actually, it looks like Port St. Lucie and Stuart this morning, a 10-degree difference. And 60 right here in Stuart. And in Norrköping, Sweden, did I pronounce that right? Norrköping, Sweden, 34 and cloudy, mighty chilly. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. It is another chilly start to the morning along the Treasure Coast, but not as cool as yesterday morning. Temperatures this morning starting off in the upper 40s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a nice cool day on tap, highs reaching the mid-70s, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Tonight, lows around 62 degrees and staying mainly dry into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, lows in the low 60s and highs reaching the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Saturday will be a little bit warmer and more humid. Highs reaching the upper 70s. Isolated showers and storms will be possible.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:57 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. 1 hour down and 2 more to go. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier are going to be here. They are from the Owen Insurance Group. We're going to be talking about health insurance, life insurance. The open enrollment is going to be coming to a close, I do believe, December the 7th.
I think you're correct.
So we're going to be checking in with them as far as that goes and talking about what you can do to protect yourself in our tumultuous age that we live in.
You're right, Evan. It's going to be interesting for anybody that maybe, for a long while has been deciding on getting insurance or what type or the amounts of insurances to get.
Yep. As you know, when President Barack Obama was in office, he started Obamacare, and now you have the marketplace where people can go and get insurance at a reasonable price, and they can actually, Gary and Tom can actually help you with that. And they don't even charge you anything. I mean, this is, we're going to get into all that when we speak to them coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Coming up next hour at 7:30, Joe Contrapone's going to be here from the Stuart Martin Chamber. We'll get an update from him on what's going on at the Chamber, Bonnie.
Good things always happening with
Definitely
Joe
so.
Catchinbone.
We're
Yes.
WSTU Stuart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. This is Mannheim Steamroller. This one is called We Three Kings, and we'll let this take us out into the news. So enjoy and listen in this holiday season.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on the Thursday edition. It's the Thursday edition with the elf on the shelf.
Here he is for the year 2020, people's sexiest man alive.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
This does not strike me as a sexy romantic time, but okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad you feel that way, but I beg to differ.
Some people just don't know when they're not wanted.
Okay. Well, I know when I'm wanted, that's for sure.
Hello, everybody. This is Bart from The Simpsons on Fox, wishing you and your family a very happy ho-ho.
It's Mannheim Steamroller this morning. Ooh, that scared the living bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
Big crash there.
They're big and they're daring.
Yeah. Love listening to them.
Mannheim Steamroller, they're out of Chicago, you know.
This is called Good King Wenceslas.
Oh, yeah, this is good. I like their Carol of the Bells, too. There's nothing like Mannheim Steamroller at Christmas.
So good.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the holiday edition of our programming. We're going to be playing some holiday music all throughout the holiday season, all the way through Christmas. Periodically, we'll be sprinkling things in. We're going to be also featuring Trans-Siberian music as well. And just all sorts of stuff from many various artists periodically throughout the morning show.
Might even be hearing Porky Pig's Blue Christmas.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible, without a doubt.
Is that elf on the shelf going to bring us some goodies like Santa Claus brings?
I don't know. He's just kind of sitting up there. He's staring at the camera.
Does he have to go back to the North Pole yet tomorrow to stay overnight? Or tonight to stay over?
He'll report back.
Okay.
He'll report back, and then, like when nobody's here,
yeah,
he'll leave, and he'll go, and he'll do his thing, and then he'll come back, and he could be in a different location tomorrow. If
you're listening, Mr. Elf, just kind of like tell Santa we want some goodies over here.
Yeah.
You can bring us a bottle of rum, ho, 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 and
well, that's for you, not me.
Cookies.
I don't drink.
I know.
You can have rum and cookies.
But of course, I think we're supposed to leave those for Santa when he arrives.
Well, no, we don't leave rum and cookies for Santa. No, that's the wrong thing to do, because then he'll get pulled over by the elf police for slaying under the influence.
Yeah, that
wouldn't be a good thing.
That Santa patrol all the way from the North Pole is going to come and get them. There's going to be ice through their veins.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't be good. Brian Bosio may pull him over. Who knows? Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do some birthdays and anniversaries.
News on the radio. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Today's date is December the 3rd, 2020. Bonnie, what do you have for me this morning?
No anniversaries, nobody to wish happy birthday to.
You're right over there? What's going on? What the heck? What was that?
I was trying to hold back a repeat.
Oh, okay. All right. So last night's dinner or something?
No.
Repeat.
No, this morning's breakfast pizza.
Oh.
I had a tiny piece of pizza.
You had pizza for breakfast?
Yeah, some leftover Domino's I just had to have. So, you know what? I put it in the little deep fryer. I like my leftover pizza deep fried. That's the best way.
So you were holding back one of these? Is that what it was?
No, it was a...
Oh, the other end.
More like a...
Okay.
A repeat.
A belch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like, what's going on over there?
All of a sudden, my voice goes
Something
deeper.
I should know about. Hey, Santa Claus is going to be here joining us next week.
Oh, when?
On Friday.
All right. So we better
Santa is going to actually, the real Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's going to be joining us on Friday, 1 week from tomorrow.
That's
on
cool,
the 11th.
Because he's
at
really,
8 o'clock.
He's really busy this time of year. I'm glad he could take time out for us.
Yep. He's going to zoom into us, and we'll be able to see him.
Yeah.
And we'll get his voice on the radio. And if you want to talk to Santa Claus, make your plans to call the show next week.
Now, how will we know he's the real Santa and not an
There's
imposter?
only one.
Yeah.
There's only one, and he's the real deal.
We'll be able to tell.
We're getting him at 8:00 in the morning because he has to be to the mall by 10.
I wish he could come right here so we could pull on his beard a little bit to see if he's real or not.
He's real. Trust me.
Yeah.
He's real. Okay. He's the real deal. I promise you. Mm-hmm. I would not put fake Santa in front of you.
Have you ever been at the mall and when a kid pulled down Santa's beard?
Can I tell you a little secret, Bonnie?
Yeah.
My wife doesn't even know this. And she's listening right now, and she's going to find out. A long time ago, about 30 years ago.
Okay, this is a long time.
I played Santa Claus at the Coral Springs Mall.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
This was down south.
This is down south in Broward. In Broward. I played Santa. I was out of job, and I needed to make some money. And they were looking to hire a Santa. So I went and applied. And they loved my personality.
Yeah.
So they hired me.
That's awesome.
And
Evan.
I was a mall Santa one year.
And
I had a kid yank on my beard.
Did he try to pull it off and did he do so?
Yes. I stopped him.
Now, why doesn't Rachel know about this from your past?
Well, she does now.
Were you a bad Santa? Is there something sneaky about
Santa.
it?
I was a good Santa.
Okay. You could take that little elf on the shelf with you and go down there and probably get hired right now.
Well, I don't think they had Santas back. They had the elf on the shelf back in the day.
Yeah, he did. I remember from the Bad Santa movie, there was a little live elf with him.
Yeah.
And A Christmas Story too. The Santa Claus in the mall had a little bad elf throwing kids down that slide.
Yep. So now you know a little known secret that nobody else knew, that I played a mall Santa one year.
That's cool.
This is like probably 20, at least 25 to 30 years ago.
So was that like a temporary thing where you were employed like 2 weeks, maybe 14 days?
It was 3 weeks worth of employment.
Yeah.
I made good money.
Right.
The money was very good.
You should have, if the money hadn't been good, you could have been like Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa and performed a heist.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I was a mall Santa in a prior life.
Very cool.
Yeah.
My brother too was a Santa Claus one time. And
wow.
Yeah, he was a skinny Santa.
Oh, okay. I was a fat Santa.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a fat Santa. They gave me a pillow to stick under.
Oh, did they?
I had this it was a process to get ready. They have you get in a fat man suit is what they do.
Do they?
Yeah, and then you get all dressed up and you have the beard on, and
you
have to, if you have a mustache, you have to color your mustache white. And
sure.
Just all sorts of stuff.
Yep, you got to go the whole deal.
I wore a wig.
Like, do you like smoke a pipe too? Remember Santa had a pipe?
No, they gave me glasses though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had Santa glasses.
Yeah, those little round glasses that he wears.
Yep. I can't tell you how many times I had to smile. How many babies I had to hold that were crying.
Did they make your cheeks rosy?
Yes, they did.
You were out in the cold.
Yes,
and
they did.
Your lip coloring too a little bit.
They sure did. They sure did. Let me tell you, that was some torture I went through. That's all I got to tell you. Anyway, birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. Andy Grammer, 37 years old, one-hit wonder. Honey, I'm Home.
I remember that song, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think I do. Oh, I could be getting it confused with "Honey" by Bobby Goldsboro.
No, it was "Honey, I'm Home."
And "Honey, I Love You."
No, as soon as you hear it,
okay.
Give me a minute. I'll search for it.
I bet I'm going to recognize this one. Wasn't it a Bobby Goldsboro song that you were playing with your guitar when your dad threw it out the window?
That was that was Watching Scotty Grow
by Bobby Goldsboro,
yes.
Right?
All right, let me find it here. Honey, I'm Home.
Watching Scotty Grow.
Let me Google this real quick.
Is he a country music singer? This is like country music.
Yes, country music.
All right,
but I have to wait for the stupid ad to play.
I guess Dolly.
Just as you know that happens.
Dolly played.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now, do you know what it is?
Yeah.
All right, that's Andy Grammer. Honey, I'm Home.
Oh, that's fun.
Makes you want to dance, right? Can you two-step? There you go. All right, that's Honey, I'm Home.
I was just going to mention Dolly Parton played, I guess, at the lighting of the Rockefeller tree last night.
I know. I DVR'd it, so I'm going to watch it when I get home.
Oh, that's good. That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. I wish I would have DVR'd it too. She's got a Christmas album coming out this year.
Does she?
Yep. Dolly Parton style Christmas.
Really?
Uh-huh. I'm kind of excited.
Wow.
I'm going to be listening in for that.
Okay. Dolly what was I going to do? I was going to try to find a piece of audio for you.
Okay.
Let me look here because I remember seeing it this morning. I think it's at the very bottom here. Let me look.
I think Miley Cyrus performed too at that Rockefeller tree.
But Dolly Parton performed at the tree.
Yeah.
Let me see here. It's Brittany. That's Kelly Clarkson, Brett Eldridge. That's Pentatonics. Here it is right here. Let me play this.
Okay.
And all the lights are shining so bright everywhere. And inside the children.
There you go.
Yeah.
And everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really
So that was Dolly Parton doing a duet with Jimmy Fallon last night.
She still has it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does,
she
man.
Still got it.
Look for her on the cover of Playboy pretty soon because, man, she wants to do that also.
I think she does. I think you're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Your wife.
Oh, hey there, honey. How are you?
I'm good.
Good morning.
So I guess you
Morning.
just learned a little secret about me listening, didn't you?
You had told me that before.
I did?
Yes.
I told you I played Santa in the mall? I was a mall Santa?
Yes.
Evan, were you kicking on the eggnog?
Man, I'm losing my marbles here.
and you say you don't drink.
Give me a minute. Montel Jordan, 52 years old today. Julianne Moore, 60. Daryl Hannah, 60 years old. Ozzy Osbourne, the guy that bites bat heads off.
Ozzy's so cool.
72 years old today.
I wonder if Sharon will be wishing him a happy birthday on the talk this afternoon.
We'll have to see what happens.
She should.
So anyway, back to where we were. I don't remember telling you that I was a mall Santa. Could you imagine if I was a mall cop?
Oh man,
that would be deadly. Riding a Segway around the mall. Wow. So Swagga is made his way out of the box, and he is on my mic stand. Rachel,
I saw.
Oh, you saw it on the Facebook feed?
I did.
Yeah. So Swagga's here. We read the book on the air this morning as well.
Rachel, do you like Swagga? Is Swagga invited back into your home when he gets home?
There's that damn laugh again. She's got that laugh.
She does. Sounds like a...
Well, Swagga will go back up on the shelf.
That sounded like a mischievous laugh. I think
Swagga's going to go up on the shelf.
Yeah.
And then next year, Swagga is going to get a new home.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait. Where's he going to go?
Swagga is going to our grandson, Ashton.
I see.
And Swagga will get a new home, and Swagga will get a new name as well.
Swagga visited last Christmas to our grandson, and they renamed him Snowflake.
Yes.
Oh, Snowflake.
Yes.
Well, that's
so they
a
named
nicer
him
name.
So he has two names because he belongs to two people.
Are both of the names registered then with Santa Claus?
Well, we haven't registered Snowflake yet. Snowflake has not been registered yet.
So Santa has no idea then who Snowflake is.
No, because Swagga doesn't have that permanent home yet to live in.
I see.
So once Swagga resides in his new home with Ashton,
residence, and
then he will be registered. It's kind of like you register your dog.
Will Swagga at his new residence have a dog to play with, like he does?
Yes, he will.
The 9 residence.
He will. He'll have a what's that dog's name?
Onyx.
Onyx, yeah, Onyx. And Onyx is like a poodle, Bichon Frise.
One of those Bichon, yeah.
Whatever you want to call that
like
dog.
a little
Is he a
dog.
Bichon or is he a poodle? What kind of dog is he? Do you know?
I don't know.
He's just black and he's tiny.
Rachel, Evan showed me the nice Christmas picture of Kaya with his
That's Rachel's
toy.
bear. That's Rachel's bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful dog.
Rachel gets a bear every year.
Oh,
she gets a Christmas bear. If you go up in my attic, we have a plastic bag full of bears.
Now, we've got more than one plastic bag.
Yeah, we have like 3. Now, normally last year we had, how many trees do we have in the house? 7 or 8, something like that?
Wow.
10.
We had 10 trees in the house.
Mackerel.
And
that's a lot of trees.
5 of the trees were very strategically placed in front of our door, one door that we put faux brick up.
Oh,
so you have the big tree, then a smaller tree on each side, and then a smaller tree on each side of those.
It's got to be beautiful.
And then all around those trees, we put all of Rachel's bears.
Yeah.
And
they
it was like
it
a
up.
bear community.
Wow. You like bears as much as you like pens?
It was very nice. Get it? Very nice.
I have been each year. The bears all have gates on their feet, and my mom started giving me bears in like 1998 or 1988. So every year at Christmas, I would get a bear with a year on its foot.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So after my mom passed away, my dad kept doing it, and then when I married Evan, he did it, and then there's some years I just buy my own.
Yeah, so, see, the bear's got the 2020 on its little foot right there.
That's beautiful. And I like the picture with the dog by the tree there.
I appreciate that.
Like a model dog.
It's a little bit to get her to pose.
Yeah.
You know, because she's got a lot of things going on, but when she does, you know, she'll sit pretty for a picture.
Do you give her a little treat afterward?
Nope, not at all.
No?
Not at all. No.
What's wrong with people that they don't give their dog treats?
We give her treats every now and then, but we just don't give her a treat for everything she does.
Okay.
She gets 2 from me in the morning, every morning.
Oh, geez. No wonder why.
Well, I'm glad somebody is spoiling
you
the
give
dog.
her 2 of those things?
I mean,
usually she gets 1 after I bring her inside after she's gone potty, and then, you know, before I leave for work, I give her another one.
Because
those
that's
things
the
are
joy.
like this long.
That's
Bonnie.
good. I'm glad.
They're huge.
Because, you know, that brings joy to animals. I mean, what other joys in life do they have but to wag their tail and run around and play with you, and
they hop
give
on
you
your
all the
lap
love
and think they're a small poodle and lick you to death.
and they love to eat.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Feed them.
Yeah, we
Give
do.
them treats.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
We do.
They're your
All right,
babies.
we got to run. We got news coming up. So what would you like for dinner tonight? Maybe I'll cook tonight since nobody's got to surprise you. Okay. Let me think.
Liver mush.
Oh, speaking of Bonnie, would you hand me that cooler over there, please?
no, say
Take
it
your
isn't
headphones.
so.
Take your
Okay.
headphones off. Take your headphones off.
If you took my liver mush to work, we're gonna have a problem.
No, I left it in there for you. I left some in there for you. Hold on. I got to take this
You
out.
should have left them all in for me.
Well, I took one.
Oh, so that was the other surprise that you said you had for me. You
That's
nearly
for you.
forgot all about it.
I brought that for you, Bonnie.
You don't say.
Yes, there it is.
Okay, so do I have to thaw this out before eating?
It's frozen. Rachel,
Yes.
tell her how to cook that.
Well, it varies. I mean, I usually slice it and fry it. My dad, when he does it, slices it, puts flour on it, and then fries it.
Okay.
So, I mean, once it's defrosted, you could technically eat it the way it is, too.
And, you know, I think I'm going to put it on a slice of cracker.
Okay, you could do that. You know, cut a slice off.
Yeah.
Heat it up in the frying pan like a sausage patty,
Okay.
and then take a piece off and put it on a cracker. But it's frozen right now. It's frozen solid, so you're good to go.
I
We
know.
can put it back in the cooler so it'll stay cold.
You know what? Let's let it defrost because I have to
Okay.
cook us breakfast when I get home.
All
and
right, there you go.
I'm going to make us some eggs, so I'll make a little
Yeah,
sausage patty.
get a little.
out of it.
Give you and Gary some and report back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Let us know how it is.
You know, this is great because I needed a sort of meat, I think, to go with the eggs.
Okay.
And
well, there you go. Now
yeah.
you got liver mush. And I just lost the wife.
Okay.
Yeah, we just lost the wife.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we thank you very much for that. And she didn't know that I took that this morning, but that's all right.
Well, tell Rachel.
No,
thank
that's
you.
all right. She has plenty. Trust me, there's plenty in
I
that
hope
freezer.
there is now.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
plenty in that freezer.
All right.
7:25 news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. And President-elect Joe Biden says he won't immediately lift tariffs placed by President Donald Trump on many imports from China or break Trump's initial trade deal. Biden says he wants to maximize his leverage in future talks with the United States' geopolitical rival. Biden says an early priority after his January swearing in will be to restore relationships with allies to strengthen his negotiating position with China. Biden says key to talks with China is leverage, and in his view, we don't have it yet. A North Palm Beach boat captain reunited Wednesday with a man he found in a raft stranded at sea off the coast of Georgia late last month. Here's WPTV's Linny Supal.
I would love to hear from
A brief encounter that left a lasting impression.
There's a person who made it to Thanksgiving.
Captain Robert Bream still moved about a recent rescue when he and his crew saved a South Carolina boater who was lost at sea. 2 weeks later, the two are reconnecting.
I really didn't think I was going to make it. Words are inadequate to tell you how much I appreciate it.
I have to hand it to my crew. They really clicked and got it together.
Paul Traylor was stranded off the Georgia coast 1 week before Thanksgiving.
It was just, a nightmare of epic proportions. I got flipped out of the raft several times during the night.
He was on board his shrimp boat with his mate when it capsized.
They had a lot of frost warnings out. It was rough conditions, dark night.
Traylor lost his mate at sea as the bitter cold and fierce wind intensified.
To fail him at this last greatest test is something I'm definitely dealing with every day. I blame myself a lot.
For 30 long hours, Traylor clinged onto his raft with a bit of hope. Then he spotted Captain Bream's sailboat in the horizon.
It was like a dream. I couldn't believe I was actually seeing your boat, I didn't know I could get that cold and still be alive.
The crew pulled Traylor on board as the Coast Guard airlifted him to the hospital. Though the emotional toil weighs heavy, he's grateful.
I really would like to remain friends with you and know you for the rest of my life. It's rough out there, man. It's rough out there.
Lenny Sue Paul, WPTV News Channel 5.
The future of transportation is the focus of the Florida Automated Vehicle Summit. State Senator Jeff Brandes says there are 3 trends in transportation that will be discussed at today's online event.
It's getting more shared. We can see this with the rise of Uber and Lyft. It's getting more electric. We can see this with the massive investments being made by major OEMs and technology companies in the space of electric vehicles, and it's getting more automated.
Brandes says Florida is leading the nation in the testing and development of automated cars and trucks. Lastly, a former patient is accused of killing a social worker at a treatment facility in Brevard County. Police say Robert Quakenbush shot Travis Knight to death yesterday outside Circles of Care in Melbourne. Police say the two knew each other, but there's no word on a motive. Denver Broncos coach, that is Vic Fangio, said Wednesday that the team has fined all 4 of the quarterbacks for violations of COVID-19 protocols, including not wearing masks. 2 of the quarterbacks, Drew Lock and Brett Rypien, returned to practice Wednesday. Lock, Rypien, and Blake Bortles, who is on the practice squad, were not eligible to play in Sunday's 31-3 loss to the New Orleans Saints after being deemed high-risk close contacts of quarterback Jeff Driscoll, who tested positive for COVID-19 on Thursday. News Time 7:29. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:30 right now, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
The roads have been nice for us on this Thursday morning, and the latest from FHP tells us they're still looking clear at the moment. No tie-ups. That's your latest look at traffic. And right now it's 61 in Palm City, 51 with a clear sky in Valdivia, Chile. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. It is another chilly start to the morning along the Treasure Coast, but not as cool as yesterday morning. Temperatures this morning starting off in the upper 40s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a nice cool day on tap, highs reaching the mid-70s, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Tonight, lows around 62 degrees and staying mainly dry into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, lows in the low 60s and highs reaching the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Saturday will be a little bit warmer and more humid. Highs reaching the upper 70s. Isolated showers and storms will be possible.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the biggest little radio show on the biggest little planet, the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie.
7:33 right now on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for our weekly visit with the gentleman that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe Catrabone is joining us on our line. And again, I can't stress enough, if you own a business, I cannot stress this enough. You need to hook up with the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce because there are so many amenities. I would need 3 hours to go over and list every single one that there is. But I can tell you this much. You'll get the best bang for your buck when you sign up and get a membership with the chamber, without a doubt. Joining us on our line is a gentleman that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe Catrabone is with us right now. Joe, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Evan. As always, thank you for your wonderful advertisement for us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And again, let me just disclaim I do not get paid to endorse anybody on any of the advertisers here on this radio station. I speak from the heart, and when I believe in a product, I get behind it. I do not get any commissions or spiffs or incentives or money from the chamber at all. I just speak the truth, and that's the God's honest truth. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, and I know that. Thank you so much.
No problem. I just want people to know that are listening, because some people probably are like, God, he must get paid to do that or something like that. Well,
I don't think I could pay you enough.
No, I don't get any endorsement fees or nothing like that. At least now I don't. Maybe down the road when I go back to my syndicated days or something like that, I was getting paid endorsements. But anyway, what's going on at the chamber these days? How's things going down there?
Good, really good. A lot of good stuff going on. Active, our membership development is active. Probably we're in about 10 or 12 new members in the last 10 days.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Yeah, and we're getting more and more inquiries on the website, even walk-ins. You got a person walk in yesterday just to inquire about joining, and I think ultimately they're going to join.
Oh, great.
So things are well. Our membership retention is good. We lost quite a few members from March till July or August.
Right.
Things that sort of leveled off, and so we're now entering. I just got through with our second month of our fiscal year, and we attained or exceeded budget again two months in a row, which is obviously very positive and a good indicator, I think, of our local economy here anyway.
Right.
Martin County and on the Treasure Coast, as a matter of fact.
Coming up in 2 weeks from today, we have our next Morning Joe, don't we?
World-renowned Morning Joe on the 17th. Yeah. Everybody has such a good time, and everybody's looking forward to it. The last show was they just loved it, as you know. We
right.
got a lot of good feedback on it. It's a new dawning, so to say, for us to be on live radio every month. It's wonderful. Our members love it.
Well, we're gonna put a Christmas spin on it.
I know you said that.
That's right. So we're gonna do a Christmas scavenger hunt on the Morning Joe. So tell your folks to get all their Christmas items ready, have them handy, because Bonnie and I are going to compose a list of some very unusual Christmas items that we're going to be looking for. Right, Bonnie?
Yeah, one of them might even have to find an elf on the shelf.
Yes. Could ask you to find an elf on the shelf. We could ask you to show us the hook that goes in the ornament that allows it to hang on the tree.
Wow.
So we're going to make it difficult.
That's getting technical.
Well,
now.
you got to.
Better not give too much away, or else they'll all be prepared for you.
No, we have, believe me, we have a laundry list of items that Bonnie and I are going to be putting together for 2 weeks from today for Morning Joe. And of course, that's one of our favorite segments. We really, really enjoy doing that.
It is.
So tell us a little bit about some of the new business that you guys have reeled in on your fishing line there.
Well, we UA Health Advisors, Nicholas Martyr is the agent. They're in health insurance and life and insurance supplements. Homeward Bound. You know, another thing interesting, I think we had 2 businesses from St. Lucie County joined.
Very nice.
In a minute, yeah. Homeward Bound Medical Supply. Medical supplies, they do transportation, and they have all kinds of equipment to assist walkers and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
RT Commercial Real Estate, they're actually in Port St. Lucie. Mary Stoyanovich is the agent.
Okay.
And they're in Port St. Lucie. They joined.
Okay.
Inside and Out Maintenance, Mario Cassetti is the owner, along with Giovanni Cassetti, a couple of good Italian boys. Inside Out Maintenance, they've got 2 businesses. They joined them both. One is cleaning and residential commercial. They do windows, they clean grout, carpet, furniture cleaning, sanitizing buildings for this day and age we live in today. And then they have a business called GC Indoor Sports and Recreation. Giovanni is the owner, and that one's in Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
On Enterprise Drive. They do sports recreation. They have a banquet and reception facility, and they do family entertainment.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Hoods, another one in Port St. Lucie. Hoods of the Treasure Coast. Frank Deckard is the owner. And they're in Port St. Lucie, and they do kitchen exhaust fan cleaning.
Oh, wow.
Especially in restaurants, they have to have that done all the time.
Right, right.
In Waterway Dermatology, they're in Stewart.
Okay.
Ryan Schuling is the doctor and owner.
Okay.
They do dermatology, anti-aging, aesthetics, and skincare, so forth and so on. And then the old Clarion Hotel, which is now a Days Inn, they were members years ago, dropped out, and now they've come back in again under new owner.
The Clarion is the Days Inn.
The Clarion is now the Days Inn,
the
right?
Clarion that's right down here on
right
US
down the
1?
street. Right down the street.
Oh,
yes, right, this one. Right.
I did not know that.
Is that the one that has the tiki bar out back?
Yes.
Okay. I've actually DJ'd there a few times.
Yeah. And we went there too for trivia night when
Mike was doing trivia there.
Mike had his trivia there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fun place.
It is. And I got to say, the staff was excellent. They were really nice. And I ordered this huge plate of nachos, and it was just it was a feast for even more than 2 people.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, great. The Christian Clayton Aesthetics, it's another skincare, cosmetics, permanent makeup. They do tanning, anti-aging, aesthetics, so forth and so on. And they're on Alice Avenue in Stewart. Then Blushes Airbrush Tanning, also in Stewart on Osceola Street. And obviously it speaks for itself. It's a tanning salon.
Right.
And they also do permanent makeup and skincare cosmetics.
Okay. Who doesn't need a good suntan, right?
A suntan with the permanent makeup going on.
There you go. Kill 2 birds at one stone, Bonnie.
Like it, Evan.
There you go.
That's amazing to be able to,
that piqued Bonnie's interest.
It did. Yeah. Because
to bring in that just shows there's really interest out in the community about getting back to business and getting things going as normal as possible. And then we've got a month full of Caitlin really squeezed a lot of stuff into, because we close for the week between Christmas and New Year's, we're closed.
Right. I'll be on vacation that week too, the week of the 21st. So I'll be on vacation that week, and Bonnie's going to shoot up to our Fort Pierce location. They'll be doing a blended show that week.
Be visiting Ray and G that week.
Yeah. So tell me about what Caitlin has done. She's loaded you up with events, huh?
Well, we had a breakfast here yesterday. As a matter of fact, we had about 65 people here networking and having a good time.
Okay.
And, the 8th, next Tuesday, we have a networking breakfast at the Grace Place down on Salerno Road.
Okay.
On the 9th, we have a networking luncheon at the Flagler Center downtown. It's sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Okay.
And then on the 15th, we have our breakfast here. It's Operation Thank You Kickoff, where we spoke about before, where we deliver 1,000 or 1,200 books. Our members, our new books came in last week, so they'll be delivering those that week.
Okay.
And on the 16th, we've got a local government Zoom meeting, and Dr. John Millay is going to be our guest. I think you've met him, haven't you?
Yeah, he's actually been in studio a couple of times already, and he's actually going to be taping a public affairs show with me here in the next week or so.
He'll be our guest presenter, and he's great.
Great guy, super nice guy.
Yeah, and then of course that night that's a busy day on the 16th. We got a board meeting at 7:30. We've got our local Zoom at noon, and at 5:30 we have our annual. And this is really great. If you guys can get there, you really need to.
All right.
Business after hours. It's at 5:30. The Hutchinson Island Marriott Beach Resort and Marina.
When is it?
Every year they do our business after hours, and it's poolside.
Oh.
They have slicing stations. They have a sushi bar. You can't believe
that sounds so good.
Sounds like you might need a little DJ music for that event there, Joe.
You know, they normally have a guitar player, a strolling musician, but you know, Evan, they don't really work at a business after hours because people like to go. I mean, they're going there to network, and sometimes
of course
the music gets in their way.
Of course, totally agree with you on that one.
What day of the week does that fall on, Joe?
It's a Wednesday night.
Wednesday?
Send me shoot me an email with the date and the time and the location, and I will do my darndest to be there.
Okay, and of course the next morning is our virtual Joe Zoom. No, you know, with you guys. So we got a lot of stuff squeezed into 3 weeks, and we close on the 23rd, and we don't reopen again until the first Monday in January. I think it's the 4th or 5th or something like that.
Now, is this business after hours at the Marriott going to be? Is that like one night before?
December 16th. It's going to
happen. The 16th.
Yeah, December 16th.
It's the 16th. It's a Wednesday night.
It's a Wednesday
5:30
night.
to 7.
Oh, Gary and I might want to go to that.
Yeah. You know, if you're going to go, maybe I can grab Rachel and we'll meet you guys.
Yeah,
that would be great.
I'll put a couple of tickets in the mail for you, or I'll make sure you get tickets. But I'll leave them at the Cindy or Amy will have tickets I'll leave them in an envelope for you at the front table.
That or I can just swing. I'll just swing by the chamber and pick them up because I go by there every day and go home.
Sure, your choice.
Yeah, I'll just swing by and grab them from you. Maybe on my way home today, as a matter of fact.
And it's really it's the highlight of the year for us.
Very cool.
They go above and beyond.
Very cool.
That sounds
very
unbelievable what they put out.
Very nice. If people want to get a hold of you, Joe, how do they reach you? Let's get that information out because that's very crucial.
Yes, it is. My phone is 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. Or you can go on our website, stuartmartinchamber.org, and there's a myriad of information, including a membership application on the website if you so choose.
Excellent. A plethora of information. Joe, give that number out one more time, if you would, please.
Sure. 772-287-1088. My extension is 108.
Excellent.
And our website is stuartmartinchamber.org.
Very, very good. My very special guest is Joe Catrabone. He heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. He appears on this program every single Thursday morning at 7:30 and gives us a wonderful update. Joe, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you,
and
guys.
I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye now. 7:47 news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Well, thanks, Evan. In Martin County, this time next year, the first homes in the long-awaited, highly anticipated Pineland Prairie Community Development by Knight Kiplinger, the Martin County resident and famed founder of the Kiplinger Retirement Report, are expected to be built. And as early as next month, the project, now going by the name Newfield, could break ground, beginning the first large-scale planned community in Martin County in nearly 40 years, and a project unique to the Treasure Coast. Florida's chief financial officer is calling for liability protections for businesses during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Jimmy Petronis wants legislation that would protect large and small companies from COVID-19 lawsuits.
We're going to be working with stakeholders that come in legislative session to roll out model legislation to hopefully give those stakeholders peace of mind that they can move forward as long as they're abiding by good science.
Petronis is traveling the state to drum up support, stopping yesterday in the Orlando area. Lee Felty, co-owner of Almond Palm Beach, is getting the restaurant ready for customers. And here's WPTV's Tanya Rogers.
Perfect.
Lee Felty, co-owner of Almond Palm Beach, is getting the restaurant ready for customers.
We were making sure everything was just completely sanitized, every surface, extra paper towels in the restroom, extra paper towels outside of the restroom, little kick plates so you wouldn't have to, touch the doorknobs.
Guidelines, he says, are important to follow during the pandemic.
I know friends who have had it. I have friends who lost their battle with it. You don't want to get it. If it means wearing a mask, if it means doing a couple extra steps to protect other people, then I don't see the harm in it.
These pictures show the staff at the JFK Medical Center COVID ICU caring for COVID-19 patients. Dr. Catherine Hodgins says now is not the time for people to get tired of following guidelines in the fight against the virus.
We're going to beat this thing. I mean, we can see the finish line. And we've been running hard this entire time. And to stop now and lose more than what we've already lost.
She says it's like running a marathon.
We're looking at vaccines that are coming out by the end of this year. Some of the vaccines are going to come out by next, the second week of this month. That is the finish line. The masks and the face shields, we've been wearing it the whole time, washing our hands. If we can do it, everyone else can do it. And the end is coming. We're going to get there.
Tanya Rogers, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, Britain became the first country to authorize a rigorously tested COVID-19 vaccine Wednesday and could be dispensing shots within days in a historic step toward eventually ending the coronavirus scourge that has killed more than 1.4 million people worldwide. In giving the go-ahead for emergency use of the vaccine developed by American drug maker Pfizer and Germany's BioNTech, Britain vaulted past the U.S. by at least a week. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is not scheduled to consider the vaccine until December 10th. The Daytona 500 will have limited spectators for NASCAR season opening race on February 14. Daytona International Speedway did not specify Wednesday how many spectators will be admitted into the Great American Race. News time is 7:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:52 right now, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents on our roadways for Stewart, and Port St. Lucie is looking good at the moment, too. Roads are fine. That's your latest look at traffic. And a nice and cool one, too, here this morning. It's 52 in Port St. Lucie. In Bel Air, Maryland, even cooler, 26 under a clear sky. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. It is another chilly start to the morning along the Treasure Coast, but not as cool as yesterday morning. Temperatures this morning starting off in the upper 40s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a nice cool day on tap, highs reaching the mid 70s, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Tonight, lows around 62 degrees and staying mainly dry into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, lows in the low 60s and highs reaching the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. increases. Saturday will be a little bit warmer and more humid. Highs reaching the upper 70s. Isolated showers and storms will be possible.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
7:58, right on the dot. We're 2 minutes away from news, and then coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking about health insurance. That's right, with the man that is the expert in that category. He is the guy that runs the Owen Insurance Group. Gary Owen is going to be here. You may have heard his show Quality of Life on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. here on this station, or our sister station, WPSL. He's going to be joining us, speaking all about the quality of your life and why you need health insurance and why it's so important, Bonnie, right? It's very critical. People have that nowadays.
Absolutely. Yeah. You never know what's going to come about, and it's, best to, make plans ahead of time.
Yeah, definitely. So I know I've had insurance for many, many years since I was a wee little one. I've always kept it up. My parents always said, no matter what you do, keep your health insurance active. Because if you go in the hospital, you're talking 5 figures, 6 figures, depending on the procedures that are done. That's why it's just so important to have.
I can't even fathom that
We're going to
kind of amount.
We're going to talk all about that with Gary Owen here in just a little bit right after the news. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. We'll let you enjoy some more Mannheim Steamroller.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
.807 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. Giving you a little holiday music. This is Mannheim Steamroller, one of Bonnie's favorites. This is Do You Hear What I Hear? Do you hear what I hear, Bonnie?
I'm hearing something really good. Yes.
So am I. They're just so good, Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
Just kind of gets you in that holiday spirit.
Yeah, you never tire of them. You could listen to Mannheim for like hours for Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another item that we can listen to for hours probably is the topic of health insurance. And joining us in studio right now is Gary Owen. He heads up the Owen Insurance Group just down the street on the other side of the Roosevelt Bridge. They have a show here on WSTU.
Yeah.
And WPSL on Tuesdays at 10 a.m.
So
it's called The Quality of Life.
Monday, the show is right here, and you get to be with Mr. Owen every Monday. Tuesday is when you get to be with Mr. Owen right here.
Tuesdays, I'm with Gary Owen. He's joining us in our studio right now. Gary, good morning.
Good morning. I love the Mannheim Steamroller.
Isn't that
Quite
great
frankly,
stuff?
I've never heard of them before. So
really?
There shows my ignorance.
Wow, that's all right. That's all right.
I'm too busy in the health insurance and Medicare and life insurance industry. I've got to, kind of get outside every once in a while, I think.
So, tell me, how did you get started in the health insurance aspect of the business?
Before we do that, all our listeners this morning, I want to personally say Happy holidays.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Happy Hanukkah.
And happy Hanukkah. And
Kwanzaa.
My girlfriend says I got to get more in the holiday spirit. I'm not feeling it this year, but we're excited for the new year to come. 2021 is going to be a great year for all of us. So I'm excited for that.
Really is.
I'm excited for our town, for our country, and for all of you that are listening this morning. Why am I excited? Because we have got some really good information to share. And we were listening. Do you hear what I hear? Well, how about do you hear what I'm about to tell you? I think that has a good vibe.
That's a great segue. That's an excellent segue. So you've been in the insurance business how many years now?
15 years.
15 years.
Got it. A friend of mine got me involved with it. And I started working with a career insurance carrier. So being captive in a career carrier means that you can only represent that one company.
Okay.
So if there were other insurance products that were better, it's too bad. You've got to sell what you've got. And that didn't appeal to me very well. So I then decided to become a independent broker.
Okay.
And that is where that's the most important. That changed my life, quite frankly, and the trajectory of my business.
Okay.
So for those of you that are listening out there, if you have an insurance broker, you're looking for an insurance broker, well, here I am.
This is the guy to call.
But more importantly, find someone. You've got to ask a lot of questions before you even make a decision on who you're going to work with.
Right.
How long they've been in business? What's their education? What do they specialize in? Did they graduate the American College? One thing I'm very proud of is I graduated the American College. I earned a Life Underwriting Training Council Fellow designation. Less than 10% of insurance agents out there even have that. So that's important. Why is that important? Because that type of education and experience works for you. So that's very, very important. I'm also Medicare certified. So we'll talk a little bit about Medicare, the difference, because I know there's a lot of questions out there. Quite frankly, Evan and Bonnie, that people don't know the difference between Medicare, ACA, healthcare, under 65 insurance plans, over 65, and Medicaid. There's so much stuff.
And you can help people. You can help people in all those different areas. If somebody needs insurance, you're the guy they can call, because the best part about calling you is there's no charge to call you.
What?
There's no charge to come in and see you. It's free.
Now, are you the gentleman that we call to find out the best rates of when we're looking for insurance?
So
and you can possibly get us that?
So I'm glad you asked that, Bonnie, because it's not really about the best rates, right? It's about the best carrier who has the best rate stability, who has the best financial rating, claims paying ability. There are so many things that you have to uncover before you make an educated decision.
Yeah, because you don't want cheap insurance.
You get what you pay for, baby.
You don't want a C-rated or a D-rated company. You want an A-rated company.
A-rated or better.
That's exactly. That's going to make sure that when that bill drops, they're going to pay the claim for you and you're not stuck paying the bill.
100%.
100%. And you handle and work with gosh knows how many different companies that are out there.
Hundreds.
And there's a new one that has just come around that I've heard you talk about on your program, and it's called Oscar.
Yes.
They're brand new to the area.
Martin and St. Lucie County, Indian River County, also Cigna. So Cigna and Oscar Health both are giving Florida Blue a run for their money.
And it's about time somebody gave them a run for their money.
It's about time. They cornered the market on healthcare here in the Treasure
Definitely
Coast.
so. Now, what's very cool is back in the Obama administration, that's when they started the Obamacare and the marketplace. And that's where people were able to get health insurance at a reasonable reduced rate depending on their income.
Right.
It's called it's subsidized.
Yes.
By how much money that you make and how many people are in your household.
Excellent.
But what's very cool about this now
do you have an insurance license?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. But rushed up.
No, I've done my homework. But what's very cool about this, and it's very confusing to go on the marketplace and sign up for this. It really, Bonnie, it's very, very confusing unless you know what you're doing. And this is where taking the confusion out of it comes in with you, because you can take that headache away from the customer and you can walk them through the process and do all the work for them.
Yeah, case in point, we were working, well, actually, Julie in my office, we've got Julie in the office who does a lot of quotes for the ACA health insurance under 65 market. And we had a couple clients, and one specifically, called us. I suggested she call Julie to help her out with her ACA. And she spent a lot of time with this individual, and the individual thought they'd go on the marketplace website and do it themselves for whatever reason. I have no idea.
Right.
And got into trouble, and then calls us back and wants us to fix her mess.
Wow.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't be ignorant, man.
Right.
If someone's working with you, I don't care who it is. If someone's working with you, investing the time and the energy on your behalf, and then you go and try to do it somewhere else, I don't understand that. And it wasn't going to cost her any more to work with us, because we don't charge, as you so eloquently stated.
That's right.
We do not charge for our services.
That's good to know.
It is. There's no fee. When you walk in the door of the Owen Insurance Group, you're not going to pay a fee. You're not going to pay one single penny. The only money you're going to pay is if you sign up, and you'll pay for your premium.
That's right.
And the premium is not going to be elevated, so they make money as a whatever it is. It's the way they get paid is from the carrier themselves by signing somebody up. It's the same rate you're going to pay as if you do it yourself, but they're going to act as your advocate.
Correct. Yeah, we are their guide. So we'll find out. We have a holistic approach on our healthcare, life insurance, Medicare planning. Ask a lot of questions to find out where you are, where you want to be, and then we can make some appropriate decisions on your behalf. And what's really confounding to me, really, I mean, it boggles the mind. And listen, there's many of you that are out there listening this morning, maybe guilty of this. And if you are, it's time to do a 180, because we buy cars, nice cars, and we insure those cars. We buy homes. We insure those homes.
Right.
Why don't you insure your health? Insure your quality of life. I mean, what price tag do you put on your life? So it's important and incumbent upon you to protect your quality of life, your quality of health. And that's what we do. I mean, we spend thousands of dollars on homeowners insurance, automobile insurance, but we cheapen our life. Come on.
Now, what if somebody wants life insurance? Do you handle that also through your office?
That is my expertise.
Wow.
Medicare and life insurance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, I've had my life insurance policies for quite some time. I have 2 policies that I have. And I'm very transparent with my life. My listeners know that. So I'm, when my time is up, my wife is going to be very well taken care of. Mortgage is going to get paid off, and she'll have a nice chunk of change.
Perfect.
To make sure of things.
That's the way to do it, buddy.
I've got, I forget who I have my policies through, but they're A-rated companies. That's all that I know, because I wanted to make sure that I got a good company. So I made sure that they were A-rated. Now, had I known that you dealt with this prior, I would have, of course, went through your company and had you do it for me.
Well, listen, it's always good to have a review. If you've had it for a couple years, it's good to have a review to see how it's performing, if you have the right policy.
Right.
Because the mortality tables and the CSO tables change and the premiums can get lowered. So it's good to have a second set of eyes on something and see if it makes sense to still keep it. That's the way to do it.
A lot of our listeners don't know the difference between health insurance and Medicare, and a lot of people get it confused with Medicaid also. So if you could maybe explain the difference to our listeners, what the difference is between Medicare and regular health insurance.
Good point, because we see that ourselves, quite frankly.
Right.
So if you are turning 65, give Gary Owen a call, because 6 months out, you can start preparing for your Medicare planning. You can't really enroll in Medicare unless it's about 100 days prior to you turning 65. And many people don't even know where to go to enroll. I mean, people are clueless what to do. So we will help guide you on what to do. These are the steps to take. So when you're turning 65, you are leaving your health insurance. In fact, you're not allowed to be on an ACA health plan if you're turning 65. You just can't do it.
I didn't even know that. You see?
It's against the law. So you have
a ways to go, Bonnie. I've only
Bonnie, hurry up.
Yeah, not too far to go.
I've only got 3.5 more years, and I'll be switching over to Medicare. I can't believe I'm saying that.
TikTok.
I know, right?
So turning 65, we're beyond. I mean, listen, people we know are working longer.
Right.
They have to work longer. So if you're, say, 68, 69, 70, heck, there's a guy who called me who's 85 years old.
Oh my!
And he's finally retiring. Never been in Medicare yet. So we're going to guide him. He's coming to our office next month, and we're going to help him get enrolled in Medicare Part B.
Wait a minute. I'm going to stop you there. Part B.
Yes.
Okay. Tell what does that mean? Is there a Part A and a Part B?
There's a Part D. There's a Part C. Yes. Part A. Part A is for a hospital. So that's the very first thing. If you've worked 10 years in the workforce, you get Part A for free. That's worth about $450 a month, having Part A for free. So that's premium free.
Really?
10 years. Yes.
So when I turn 65, I can get Medicare Part A
for free,
totally free.
So if I go to the hospital, God forbid, I go to the hospital. Does that include the emergency room?
Emergency room. But if you're in the hospital, though, remember with just original Medicare, A and B, B is for medical, A is for hospital.
Okay.
So you have A and B, and there were Kathy in our office went to a client in Port St. Lucie yesterday.
Okay.
And they were only on, Bonnie, original Medicare, A and B only.
Oh.
That is a nightmare, because if you go to the hospital with only original Medicare, the deductible is $1,485.
Okay.
Let's say 3 months later, you go back to the hospital again. And guess what you're paying for the deductible? $1,485.
So it's per occurrence, not per year.
Per benefit period, which is every 60 days. So if you go back to the hospital 59 days, guess what? You don't have to pay that deductible again. But you will have to pay the Part B, which is the medical, the 20% for the medical.
Okay.
So you're paying that $1,485 is coming out of your pocket.
Out of your pocket if you don't have a supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan to bridge those gaps to original Medicare.
Does any of that include ambulance on the way there?
It does, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's important that, and quite frankly, the statistics are alarming. There's roughly 12 to 13% of Medicare beneficiaries in the country today that only have original Medicare because they think that's all they need. And then when they get sick and where they have to go to the hospital, that's when reality really sets in.
So what is original Medicare, and then Medicare Part A and Part B?
Part A and B is original Medicare.
Okay, so
that's known
A
as
and B.
original Medicare.
Okay, so A and B is original Medicare.
Yep.
So when I turn 65, I get Part A automatically. I sign up for it, no charge. And if I get put in the hospital, it's covered under Medicare Part A.
You got it.
Medicare Part B is the medical side of things.
That's right.
Which covers what?
I think I'm going to hire you as an agent. I mean, you
dissect
down.
I dissect. I like to dissect things.
Well, listen, we'll schedule a one-on-one consult just to see how well you perform.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, yeah. So
Evan's got a new career coming up.
Why not?
Hey, listen, he's retiring. I mean, how many people retire?
Why not
get in the insurance industry and earn some nice income?
I know.
And help people because listen, they can help their contemporaries because they're on Medicare now.
Yeah,
and they can help their contemporaries make a great choice. So
what is Part B? Tell me what Part B covers.
Part B covers the medical side. So if you need to go to a doctor, or you need to have a procedure or have a surgery, you'll pay there's a Part B deductible.
Okay.
It's only for 2021 is $205 a year. That's it.
That's it.
All you've got to pay for the Part B deductible. And then after that, you pay Medicare pays 80%. And then the consumer or the Medicare beneficiary will pay 20%. So think about it. If you have a $100,000 medical bill, that can cost you a lot of money out of pocket. So that's why it's important. We always recommend people who only have a Medicare A and B to bridge it with a supplement plan, a Medicare supplement plan, or a Medicare Advantage plan, depending on your current situation.
That's why you always see all those healthcare commercials on TV telling you to supplement and combine a couple of them.
I'm sure if you're like me, you're probably tired of thank God the political commercials are gone. But now
who I'm tired of looking at on TV.
My God.
I sent you a screenshot of that.
Oh my Lord. Listen,
I'm tired of
him.
I'm tired of looking at him.
Everyone's
He was good back in the day when he played, but he's
not a pro anymore because he's giving misinformation, unfortunately, to consumers. But listen, that again, when you see those commercials out there trying to entice you to call them and to enroll in their plan, when they get you on the phone, look out because they're going to put their claws in you and they're going to pressure you to enroll in their plan. But remember this, if you take nothing out of what I say here today, I want you to hear this.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Go ahead.
There is not a one plan fits all solution, whether it's Medicare, whether it's life insurance, or whether it's healthcare. There is not a one plan fits all solution. So if your sister, your brother, your family member, your neighbor has brand X, and you ask them, what did you enroll in? And you go and enroll in the same plan, you're probably setting yourself up for major heartbreak.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
That's Sam.
One of the most important things that we didn't even touch on is how do people get a hold of you? Because that's the most important thing.
Smoke signals, the Batman signal, phone number, email, website. It's easy. 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020. And we just moved, Evan, to a 3,000 square foot facility.
Palatial facility.
Beautiful.
Yes.
When you step in, you think you're in Scotland.
Oh,
wow.
And that's where you said you got your hat from.
I got my hat from Scotland.
That's where his background
is. I got a barrel in Scotland.
That's a cool hat, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It's a nice derby.
Just look for the guy in the fabulous hat.
And fabulous blue jeans.
Yes, definitely.
Bonnie's blushing over there. I love it.
She does. It doesn't take much to get her to blush. Trust me.
There's some pretty nice jeans. Yes, fabulous.
I'll walk out backwards.
There you go.
But where is your facility located?
Do you know where the Key West Diner is?
I absolutely do.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right behind the Key West Diner.
You could go have lunch. And then go take care of your business, or do your business and then have lunch, or even
do your business before you come to my office.
Exactly. Or actually, if you walk in and you're really satisfied with their service, you could say, hey, let's go get a bite to eat. And you go get a bite to eat right at the Key West Diner.
That sounds like a done deal.
Or hey, if you're a Scotch drinker, or a bourbon drinker, we may even have a special dram for you waiting with your name on it. Who knows?
You go.
You just never know what kind of surprises you're going to have at Owen Insurance Group.
Divine.
And one thing that separates us apart from our competition is not only my education, my experience, the length of time doing this, my passion, my 34 years on the Treasure Coast, but we're also a FMO. It's known as a field marketing organization, or an IMO, an independent marketing organization, which means that we have over 400 agents that work with us throughout the state of Florida, Georgia, Virginia, Texas, California. So we're just not, I mean, yes, we are your local insurance agency, but for agents that are outside our local area, we support them as well.
Can you compare it to like, this might be a weird synopsis, but like, can you compare it to like when I went to looking for new vehicles? Instead of going to the small dealership, I went to the big dealership with a number of vehicles I could choose from.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go through you, knowing that you know all of these number of people and you're affiliated with all of these other agents, am I kind of comparing
that analogy. Right? I mean, one thing that you won't get with us, with any of my team members, you're not going to get the high pressure sales BS, pressuring you to make a decision to enroll in this plan or do that. Every one of my sales team is professional. They're educated. They're trained. And if they mess up, they get the roar of Gary's lion.
Mm-hmm.
So they know to not mess up.
And he actually talked about somebody on his show a week or so ago, that somebody that came into his office that had TRICARE, and TRICARE is probably one of the top dogs, because TRICARE is a lot of military folk have that.
That's right.
I know that because my dad had TRICARE, and somebody came into his office and they had TRICARE, and Gary's first words were, I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot
no
pole.
Way.
Just stay where you are.
Nope.
Have a nice day.
Yep.
That's short, sweet, simple, right to the point.
And he appreciated that because, he was being contacted by various call centers and agents to get him to enroll in one of their plans. And I'm like, listen, the TRICARE for Life is something that you have for life, and you do not want to screw that up by enrolling in an Advantage plan or something like that. So it would really mess you up. And do not let anybody talk you out of your TFL, your TRICARE for Life plan. And same thing with VA. I mean, there are a lot of veterans out there,
right,
who they go to the VA, and for people like that, and most of those people get their prescription drugs from the VA.
Mm-hmm.
So there are plans out there that, and it breaks my heart to see this. There are a lot of veterans who are only living on their Social Security. So they've got limited income, limited resources, but there are plans out there, folks, for those vets that you can enroll in a Medicare plan that will give you a partial or a full give back of your Part B premium. So for those of you who are veterans on VA, not TRICARE for Life, but if you're a vet and you don't have the right Medicare plan, reach out to our office. I mean, Medicare open enrollment is quickly ends here on December 7th. It's quickly approaching. You've only have a couple of days left. And Evan, I'm going to tell you, we are slam jammed.
That's good.
Slam jammed. And
that's a good
but
thing.
When you do the right thing, it pays back in great dividends.
Yeah, definitely.
And good karma follows.
Give the numbers out once again, if you would, and also your address, where you're located, and website, so people know how to reach you and your fine staff.
Hurry up and scuttle to the paper and pen.
Yep.
And it's 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020. Our address is 1611 Northwest Federal Highway North. You've got to put that N at the end of that address. Otherwise, your GPS will take you to another location at the foot of the Roosevelt Bridge. So it's 1611 Northwest Roosevelt. 1611 Northwest Federal Highway North, Stewart. And our website is very easy. OwenInsuranceGroup.net. You can also find me at Medicare. For those of you who are on Medicare or need some Medicare help, MedicareJourney.com.
I'm glad you've been with us, because actually for the last week or so, my better half has been asking for your number and that Gary Owen on your radio station.
Fantastic.
Well, there you go. There you go. You can go ahead and see him.
And Bonnie and Evan, I appreciate the opportunity being with you this morning and your audience. And we're here to help you. I've been here for, as I said, 34 years. So we want to do the right thing 100% of the time.
I appreciate it. Our very special guest is Gary Owen from the Owen Insurance Group. We're going to take a short pause. And when we come back, Randy Siegel is going to be here with the Space Report.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:35 is the time right now on the Get Up and Go Show. Let's go to Randy Siegel with a space report. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning. Well, on this date in history, 1972, NASA launched its Pioneer 10 spacecraft. It was the first spacecraft to ever go by the planet Jupiter. And then in 2014, the Japanese launched their Hayabusa 2 spacecraft. Hayabusa heading out into space in order to pick up pieces of an asteroid on the asteroid Ryugu. In 2019, the Russians launched their Soyuz MS-11 spacecraft to the International Space Station with a complete crew that were from different countries. Oleg Kononenko from Russia, David St. Jacques from Canada, and Annie McLean from NASA. And then OSIRIS-REx in 2018 arrived at its comet, and it was able to bring back pieces of that to Earth. Those pieces are headed back, and they'll be back hopefully within the next year. The astronauts on board the International Space Station continue to do good work, and they continue with all their science work. They're growing radishes on board. They're also working very closely with NASA, checking out the fact that NASA is getting ready to launch a new spacecraft to the International Space Station. SpaceX is getting ready to launch on Saturday a new craft that will attach to the International Space Station and bring it goodies. It'll be the first time that there'll be 2 Dragons attached to the space station at the same time. The chances of that launch taking place are currently only 40%. There appears to be problems with the high cloud layers, and a delay of 1 day, the chances of violation go down to 20%. So hopefully we'll see that taking place over the weekend. Russia is going to be replacing its communications channels with the International Space Station with its own spacecraft. Until now, NASA has been using their TDRS satellite, that's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite, to send information back to Earth from the International Space Station. The Russians are saying that they're prepared now to launch one of their own spacecrafts that will do the same thing. Interesting notes from Russia is that Russia is preparing for a new astronaut class, and 7 out of the 8 candidates have passed their exams to be able to go and become part of the Russian cadre. Currently, the Russians have only 23 people in their cadre of astronauts that would fly into space. The only candidate that failed was Evgeny Prokopiev, who happens to be the younger brother of cosmonaut Sergei Prokopiev. So I guess brains doesn't always run with the family, to say the least. The SpaceX launch that will be taking place will have a static firing from the Cape. Once that static firing is done, then NASA, as well as SpaceX, will feel very comfortable in launching their vehicle to the International Space Station. SpaceX doesn't just sit around. SpaceX is getting ready for a jump of their Starship serial number 8 to make a 50,000 feet flight above Boca Chica, Texas. They want this attempt to show that the final version of their Raptor engine is ready to fly to the moon. If all goes well, we should see that taking place in the not too distant future. 2 days before the launch of the SpaceX operational mission with 4 astronauts on board. Astronaut Suni Williams, who is training to be commander of Boeing's second crewed mission, wished her colleagues well and just a tinge of longing. She thought she'd be going into space at the beginning of the year or at the end of this year. Well, that's not what's going to happen. What's happening is that there's a major software problem that's being encountered by Boeing, and the Starliner spacecraft will not fly till later next year, something they were hoping to avoid if at all possible. Not only is that spacecraft in trouble, but so is NASA's Orion spacecraft. It's scheduled to launch early next year in order to test out the Orion craft, but Orion is having its own software problems to boot. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about Blue Origins announcing a new board of directors and Russia sacking space officials. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much, Randy. That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday morning at 8:30 with the latest and greatest from NASA. Time to head on over to Ellie's downtown Delhi, where Bonnie's standing by with some very, very, boy, do I mean very tempting food right now.
It is, and this is serious. You might want to get the Ellie's Big Burrito for lunch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is like good. It's your choice of a tortilla. A floured tortilla filled with seasoned beef and steamed jasmine rice in there, some roasted red peppers, sauteed onions, cheddar cheese comes in this, avocado too, and served with your choice of a side. Or you might want to try a deli salad for lunch. This is on a bed of fresh mixed greens topped with ham and turkey. You get hard-boiled egg, bacon comes in this one, croutons, tomato, carrot and onion, red onion, cheddar cheese, olives, cucumbers, and sprouts with a dressing of your choice. And we hear from time to time Chef Mark makes homemade dressings too at Ellie's. Downtown Delhi in Stewart, they now have their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout. Plus, they're fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Delhi in Stewart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report, brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,839.10 an ounce, and silver opening up $24.01 an ounce. That's Precious Metals Report, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Time for news. Let's go to the news desk at 8:43 this morning. Here's Bonnie.
Well, in Martin County, this time next year, the first homes in the long-awaited, highly anticipated Pineland Prairie Community Development by Knight Kiplinger, the Martin County resident and famed founder of the Kiplinger Retirement Report, are expected to be built. And as early as next month, the project, now going by the name Newfield, could break ground, beginning the first large-scale planned community in Martin County in nearly 40 years, and a project unique to the Treasure Coast. Florida's chief financial officer is calling for liability protections for businesses during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Jimmy Patronis wants legislation that would protect large and small companies from COVID-19 lawsuits.
We're going to be working with stakeholders this coming legislative session to roll out model legislation to hopefully give those stakeholders peace of mind that they can move forward as long as they're abiding by good science.
Patronis is traveling the state to drum up support, stopping yesterday in the Orlando area. The future of transportation is the focus of the Florida Automated Vehicle Summit. State Senator Jeff Brandes says there are 3 trends in transportation that will be discussed at today's online event.
Getting more shared. We can see this with the rise of Uber and Lyft. It's getting more electric. We can see this with the massive investments being made by major OEMs and technology companies in the space of electric vehicles, and it's getting more automated.
Brandes says Florida is leading the nation in the testing and development of automated cars and trucks. A former patient is accused of killing a social worker at a treatment facility in Brevard County. Police say Robert Quackenbush shot Travis Knight to death yesterday outside Circles of Care in Melbourne. Police say the two knew each other, but there's no word on a motive. Lastly, someone in West Palm Beach is waking up richer this morning. They won a $95,000, $74 lottery jackpot on Wednesday. The winning numbers are 6, 8, 26, 29, 30. The ticket was sold at President Supermarket on Forest Hill Boulevard. Another winning ticket was sold at a Publix Kissimmee, and a ticket worth $1.5 million remains unclaimed, sold in August at a gas station in Pompano Beach. The NBA and the National Basketball Players Association jointly announced last night that there were 48 positive tests for COVID-19 out of the 546 players tested from November 24 through November 30. This was the initial round of tests for players as they return to their teams' markets ahead of the start of individual workouts Tuesday. The regular season is scheduled to start December 22nd. Our news time is 8:46. We'll have weather and traffic together coming up.
$8:47 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And the latest from FHP, we're not seeing any accidents to report. US 1 looks good right here, and the major highways look good as well. That's our latest look at traffic. It's 62 degrees right here in Stewart, and in Bishop, California this morning, it's only 26. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. It is another chilly start to the morning along the Treasure Coast, but not as cool as yesterday morning. Temperatures this morning starting off in the upper 40s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, a nice cool day on tap, highs reaching the mid-70s, lots of sunshine and low humidity. Tonight, lows around 62 degrees and staying mainly dry into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, lows in the low 60s and highs reaching the mid to upper 70s with partly sunny skies and low rain chances. Saturday will be a little bit warmer and more humid. Highs reaching the upper 70s. Isolated showers and storms will be possible.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Hey ladies, been wondering how to spend your shutdown time? Grow out your bangs. Then come to Super Bangs. Super Bangs specializes in only cutting people's bangs. Short bangs, long bangs, short bangs on a background layer of long bang. Bang, bang, bang. Don't have bangs? Get clip-on bangs. Look at that. You got bangs. And guys, we haven't forgotten about you. Come in and get the mo. Or the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber look, endorsed by the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. So come in today because we'll give it to you straight, right across your forehead. At Super Bangs. Bangs, bangs.
Super Bangs is not a full-service salon. Bangs only. Not to be confused with Fantastic Bangs, the hair cutters or the swingers club.
I don't know if they can help me though, Bonnie. Definitely don't know if they can help me.
We're not seeing any bangs over there.
No bangs over here.
Over there,
No
Evan.
hair over here, period.
No, take
Nothing
your,
to clip on.
Take your Santa hat off
Nope.
and show the crowd.
Nope. Santa hat stays on. This always stays on. I'll blind everybody.
That
The
one-
glare off the top.
That one really got me when they said the Jim Carrey bangs from
I
Dumb
know,
and Dumber
right?
right there.
Oh my gosh.
Does anybody really want those kind of bangs?
Probably not. Definitely probably not.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see that on a fellow walking down the street. I would
know,
just have to
right?
chuckle.
So what's on your agenda for today? What are you going to be doing when we get out of here? We're kind of tearing the studio apart.
Looks like I'm going to
in
be
between.
enjoying some of that liver mush in
Yeah?
a couple of hours,
Okay.
maybe an hour or so.
I want you to call me.
All right.
Seriously, I want you to call me
Okay.
after you cook it.
Yep.
And I don't want you to call me from the bathroom. I want you to call me from after you've cooked it. And flip it a couple of times.
Yes.
You can cook it. And let me know how it was.
Okay, because I think I'm gonna slice it up like a sausage, just
Right.
like you said.
You just slice it.
sausage
It's
patty.
a square patty is what it is.
Yep. And then
couple of slices.
I'm gonna slice some potatoes. I just slice round chunks of potatoes,
Okay.
and then I fry them
Make
and I
some home
season them.
fries?
Yeah.
Ooh. Now I buy
yeah.
I buy the Southern style home fries that are already diced up. They're frozen.
Oh yeah.
And I slap them in the pan with some butter, little seasoning,
Mhm.
and then I've got homemade home fries.
If I'm not mistaken, those might be called potatoes O'Brien.
Yes, you're
And
correct.
The last time we
100% right.
had those, I bought them store bought. They had them on sale for, they had like incredible sale one time at Winn-Dixie for like 88 cents a bag of the Ore-Ida items.
That's the ones I buy, the Ore-Ida. I think
Yeah.
that's what they're called.
And so I bought some sweet potatoes at the time. I like to get the potatoes that are already shredded for like making hash browns with cheese. And those potato O'Brien is just like, that's a really good brand. The Ore-Ida brand is a good one to get.
Definitely so, without a doubt. So no massaging today for you, huh?
Oh, later on.
Later
today.
on today?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a couple of appointments. Hey,
Oh.
did our friend Jeff ever set an appointment to get stretched?
I don't know
Do you know?
because I'm going to go there tonight and then I will take a look at my schedule to see if there are any Jeffs for a stretch on my schedule.
Okay,
We'll take a look.
If you see a Jeff that you're going to stretch, then you know that's Jeff that calls us in the mornings around 6 a.m.
Yeah,
6 a.m. hour.
We forgot to ask him this morning if he scheduled that appointment.
Okay. Hopefully he'll call us tomorrow.
Yeah, and I hope he does come in because stretching is very vital and it's very good for you to, not only stretch on your own,
Mhm.
but we give what's called a passive stretch because you're passive. We are actually stretching you.
Okay.
But we can get you stretched in places where, maybe you wouldn't normally stretch if you were stretching on your own.
Okay. All right.
So it's pretty cool.
All right. Bonnie, it's time for my top 5 hints that you're with a bad massage therapist.
Oh boy.
Okay. I saw this yesterday and I had to get this.
Okay.
Okay. The top 5 hints that you're with a bad massage therapist.
Look out.
Okay. Coming in at number 5. The first question, where does it not hurt?
Oh gosh.
Okay, where
Yeah.
does it not hurt? If she asks you that,
Uh-huh.
where does it not hurt?
hurt.
Run for the hills.
Right.
Okay. Coming in at number 4, can I have my tip up front, please? Okay.
What are you putting there in that envelope?
Can I have my tip up front? Coming in at number 3, Bonnie
Yeah.
says she's going to use 10 W40 weight oil to do the massage. 1040 weight oil to do the massage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She might have to use the whole can if you have a big hairy back.
Exactly. Coming in at number 2, Bonnie. You're not a police officer, are you? Okay.
Okay.
You're all right. That's number 2. And coming in at number 1, okay, the number 1 hint that you're with a bad massage therapist. Mind if I use this egg beater on your back?
Oh, boy. Hey, but now, an egg beater, if you use it the right way, you whirl it and twirl it, that could feel pretty good.
Listen, let me tell you, if I come in and get a massage somewhere and they bust out an egg beater, we're going to have issues.
I could use one on you, Evan.
Okay.
You know why I could use one on
Why?
you? Because I know where to get that egg beater in the right area and the right part of your muscle to get all of that.
I don't know if I would want somebody using an egg beater on me, though.
You never know. It could be good. But just make sure they don't go and use it on actual eggs and make you an omelet afterward without sanitizing it.
All right. Here are the top 5 reasons to be suspicious of the homeless guy on the off-ramp of the interstate.
Okay.
Okay. Top 5 reasons to be suspicious of the homeless guy on the off-ramp of the interstate. Okay. Coming in at number 5. First one that I've seen with an oak desk that he's sitting at.
Oh.
Okay, he's got a desk set up there.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in at number 4. Wait a minute. He's on a cell phone.
Oh.
Okay.
He actually has a cell phone.
Actually has a cell phone.
That's what you're saying.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Coming in at number 3, the only homeless guy you've ever seen with his own receptionist at the oak desk.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Coming in at number 2, there's a neon sign that says, "We'll work for food."
Oh,
a neon sign.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Incredible.
And then coming in at number 1, he offers valet donating. Valet
donating. I love that.
Donating.
You mentioned that receptionist too. Like if he hired a receptionist, I think I heard today that if you are in that line of work, if you are a receptionist, the Queen of England is now hiring for one.
Really?
To work at the palace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the starting pay is like $50,000 a year for one that would get that position.
Oh, we're going to have to talk to our good friend Mark Hales over there and have him fill an application out for us.
That's right.
We'll have to do that.
You could drop it off firsthand at the palace.
Well, folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. The Elf on the Shelf Thursday is officially with us. And now our studios are officially christened with the Elf on the Shelf. And he will be with us all the way until, through the holidays, through the end of Christmas.
Yeah, we will.
So he'll be here with us.
We'll enjoy his eerie presence here.
Eerie? Not eerie. Come on. Magical presence. And then Santa Claus will be with us a week from tomorrow.
Well, Christmas is magical time, so.
Santa Claus will be with us a week from tomorrow. Folks, we have a lot of love in the studio, and we like to open the front door and send it out and down the road and in your homes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Spread the
love. A lot
love.
of love, and maybe bake some homemade cookies and light a fresh scented candle.
Definitely sure. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 6 a.m. Here's another great song from Mannheim Steamroller. It's called Away in a Manger.